What's up, beautiful city? I'm your host, Pastor Landa. So glad you allowed me to come into your homes. We have a treat for you today. An awesome dynamic show. Yes, it is. You're going to hear from sisters in the city. But before that, you're going to hear from me talking to you about your connections. Be blessed. Watch this. All right, I want you guys to read the story of Ruth. I'm telling you, that is an amazing story. Naomi and Ruth had been through the worst of things, and they didn't even realize that they were about to be blessed beyond measure. Get connected. I can say it over and over and over and over again. Make sure that you're connected to the right women in your life. If you're a woman, make sure that that sister can push you to that place that you need to be. They had lost everything. I'm telling you, totally lost it all, was wiped out. Somebody might be wiped out today and you like, I don't know. Find the right connection, girl. Find the right person. Not somebody that's going to lead you off into a dark tunnel. No, find somebody that understands what going through is really all about. And even if they like, well, I don't trust nobody no more. If God is telling you, hey, that's the person, you get connected to them and you keep being there for them no matter what. That's the thing. Real friendship. This was this lady's daughter-in-law. They had lost everything. Lost their husbands, lost their money, lost everything. But she refused to leave and go to her people. She crossed over into a land where she met her Boaz. And it's some of y'all looking for y'all man. And it's like, okay, I got to make sure that I'm in the right place. You got to make sure that you're in the right position. You got to make sure that you're connected to somebody that can teach you how to get a man. We talked about that on social media today. Listen, if you want to get a man, you got to be connected to somebody to know how to get one. And they might not even have a man, but they just have the wisdom on what you need to do. The wisdom on how to look, how to dress, how to talk. You know, don't just put yourself out there like you just easy breezy. No, put yourself in a position to where you know that God is going to do some great things for you. I love you guys, man. Stay connected to the right people that's giving you the right advice. Get the craziness out of your ears and hear what the Spirit of the Lord is saying to you. God bless you. Until next time, read the book of Ruth. A lot of times we can get so riled up and we miss what each other is saying too, and so it's respect.
Right. Yeah,
it's respect. At the end of the day, it's respect. Even with your children, I think it's a certain level of respect that we have to have too. And so,
yes, I'm
okay.
That.
So then you're talking about the ghetto me versus the save me. Because well, what do you do when ghetto you get the best of you and you like, oh my God? Because you tend when your marriage is flowing like this, and then you get the ghetto, you stand up and you like, I think we're gonna get a divorce. And it's like, okay, y'all had that one bad day, and one bad day don't equal a divorce. But one bad month can. Or two bad months. You have to be careful.
Like that. You can't.
Right. You cannot let stuff.
You gotta communicate how you really feel. Because I think a lot of times we just don't communicate how I really feel. Well, you told me you was mad, but you didn't say it hurt you like that.
What?
Or you told me you did that, but you didn't tell me you did all that. And then that's when the major conflicts happen because you didn't properly communicate what was really going on.
So, woman, so that is so beautiful, man. That is so beautiful. Communication is key. Okay, so let's move on to love. Like, how do you balance staying in love as a wife and falling in love if you're single? How do you balance that equal, like, medium? Like, how do I keep it without putting my husband in front of God, without putting my children? What do I do?
You gotta keep it new.
You gotta keep it new.
Oh, I like that new.
And that means the same thing that you did at the beginning when it was new. You gotta consistently do some of those things throughout. Just saying, "Oh, baby, you look so nice," or "Oh, I like them jeans on you," or "Oh, you did such a great job." I mean, I actually enjoy stroking my husband's ego.
Right.
I really do. I like to make him feel good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's what I did at the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I can't stop doing that.
I'm very good at compliments too. I am. I keep that right.
I like compliments.
No, I said compliment your husband. You look fantabulous.
Well, you
like but you know what? I think one of the number one things, especially as women, is not to fall in the fantasy trap.
Right. Absolutely. You just hit the hammer on the.
We want our husbands to ride in a white horse, like with dozens of roses
every day.
Every
pretty woman, right?
You know what I'm saying? If I feel like if we don't fall into this fantasy trap and understand that it's seasons,
right?
So you know, not every day is going to be a bed of roses. But if you, every day we wake up, it's a choice to love your spouse.
It is. It's a choice.
It's a choice. And
I choose to love you.
Yes.
Right.
I choose.
But you know, the thing about
romantic.
when you're falling in love, though, it's harder because you have all these emotions and everything is so new, like you said, and you have to, differentiate what is real and what is not. What is fairy tale and what is reality, and like what is this person bringing to the table versus what I think he could be, the potential.
Well, that's the thing. Women get stuck in potentials and get stuck in trying to build a man. This is not Bob the Builder.
Right.
This is the truth. We can't the Bob the Builder thing.
Hello.
No, this is not high school. And so what has to happen is we have to get in that frame of mind to find out what's that person's weakness, what's that person's flaws. And so that's why we don't just dive into a marriage either. I think we have to be very careful on that. Very, very careful.
How do you safely fall in love with somebody? Because
falling in love really ain't safe.
Right.
Love don't love it.
It has its risk.
You know, it has its risk. When you're falling in love, you're taking a risk. When I choose to fall in love, I'm putting myself out there with the possibility of maybe getting hurt. And so I have to be wise on who I'm attracting to.
Right.
And well, you don't know, but I'm telling you, when you have a relationship with God, God will reveal that person to you, and he will let you know who you're dealing with, what type of person you're dealing with. So we can't just be like, oh, I was clueless. You know what I mean? No, if we have a relationship with God, he'll show us. Okay, what about friendship though? How do you keep a friendship? Like, okay, so if somebody's newly dating and y'all used to, like, man, I hang out with my girl all the time, and like now you got a man and you done changed.
Oh yeah.
What you do with
You know
that?
what? I remember when I first got married, all of my friends kind of fell off. Like, well, you married now, I can't hang out with you. And I felt some type of way. I was like, wait a minute, I still need my girl. I mean, I love my boo now, but I still need my girls. And it was a challenge because I was like, did I do something wrong?
Mine did too.
But it was just like, I didn't know quite how to like pull them back in to say, hey, I do have a spouse, but I do still need to spend time with
all of my friends were afraid of my husband when I first got married. So it's like I got married and my friends scattered. Like, I ain't coming over there. He don't talk to people. I'm like, oh no, don't worry about him, baby. He okay. He's not very he's friendly, but he's not very social right now. You say about a woman that's been married 10 years and still giving bits of herself.
Oh no, that's a problem. No,
or even 5 years.
No,
that's a problem.
To be honest, I think I should have given my 100% right off the bat.
Exactly.
Not have up these walls that he had to tear down.
Yeah.
So you got to be mindful of that. I mean, lesson learned. Thank God, I let those walls down before it became a real big issue. But don't bring that baggage in and blame him for your past issues.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
We can make a big mess with that. Well, what about forgiveness? When you've gone through situations and seasons in your life, in your friendships and in your marriage, of course, sometimes divorce happen and it's a very unfortunate thing. But how do you move on? Like after divorce,
even from a single woman's point of view, you still have to forgive yourself even going forward. So I think forgiving yourself is first and foremost in any relationship. Even when you've hurt your friends or even your kids or your spouse. I mean, I think you got to forgive yourself and apologize quickly.
Yes.
So the road to recovery is just apologize and just let's go forward
and moving it and letting it down, letting down those guards. That's everything. Letting down those guards. You have so many women that have messed over good men, or you have so many women that have been abused by bad men, and when a good man come through the door, he's gonna hurt me, or he too soft. So what do you do with women like that? Like, he too soft. He I don't know. Did you see him? Look the way he walks funny. Just because he's not hardcore, it's like he might be the biggest romantic that you've ever met, and you're just like pushing him away because he too soft. You know what I'm saying? So we really have those challenges as women, and we have to be very careful with that we're not pushing the wrong man out the door.
I would say keep living, and you will learn to appreciate a sweet man, a nice man,
How about that?
a gentle man.
When I rub your back,
a gentle man. There's a reason for that. Being gentle man. He's a gentle man. You'll appreciate when you keep
gentle
living.
man.
The gentle man.
Wow, that's a beautiful thing.
Wow.
That's a beautiful thing. Yeah, I love it. Well, I'm so glad that you ladies are on this set with me today. Love, relationship, and it's just beautiful. Falling in love, guys, is easy to do. Staying in love is the hardest thing. But at the end of the day, it's so very worth it. It's so easy to just trip and boom, I'm in love. He's been with me 6 weeks, 6 months, 6 days, 6 years.
Yes.
Now, can you still stay in love 60 years and 16 years? And so you have to make it work.
Yes.
You have to make it work. And that those friendships, sometimes you have to go back and you have to set boundaries in certain friendships, and you have to just be like, hey, like this line you can't cross.
Absolutely.
You know, as my friend, my girl, my homegirl before I got married, you was able to cross all these lines. You know what I'm saying? You come in my refrigerator, eat out but now I'm married. You can't stay tonight, baby. You can't stay overnight.
You come to the house.
No slumber parties when I get married. Unless we go down the street to the hotel. And so you have to be careful when you're newly married that your homegirls that used to stay over, like, baby, know that my husband cut it quick. My friends just
no drive-bys.
No, just popping up. What about that? Pop up
Before
there.
you show up.
We
just
just
pop
with that.
What you doing? I'm out to go. I just see you run across the staircase. Baby, I ran across the... All right, guys, I have an awesome woman of God with me today, Lady Gwyneth Mosby. I'm telling you, a makeup artist for the stars. She's a general of makeup. She has a awesome school in Buckhead. I'm telling you, she's awesome. We're going to talk to her about ministry and life and the balance of it all. Sit back and watch this. What's up, beautiful city? I'm your host, Pastor Landa. I am so excited that you allowed us to come into your homes today. Life in the city. I have a beautiful guest with me today. Some of you may know her, Miss Gwyneth Mosby. How are you? Gwyneth Mosby Makeup Academy. She's doing her thing for many years, and I'm just so grateful. And if you guys see me kind of moving a little bit, that means I'm feeling myself because she beat me right before this. I was just excited. Yeah, just a quick beat. You know, she the best though. So how you feeling, ma'am?
Yeah, I am wonderful. Thank you for being here.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, well, we're gonna dive right into these questions I have for you because I'm just very intrigued by you and just what you got going on, and I love it. I'm telling you, I really love it. And so I'm going to ask you a question. My first question is, how do you keep that healthy balance? You married, you're first lady, you're running an academy. I mean, how do you keep that healthy balance?
Oh, wow. We do everything together, my husband and I.
Mm-hmm.
We do everything together. We work together at the church. We work together here. And, you know, everything we do it together.
Right.
One thing that was a blessing is that when I was a freelance artist,
Mm-hmm.
I asked my husband to be my agent because he was a manager for music artists.
Wow.
And, you know, even though I had people coming in from New York and LA was trying to represent me, I was like, well, you know what, I can ask my husband. This is what he does for a living. And plus, it was a way to have him not, be my head of my household
Mm-hmm.
and be over me and my business.
Right.
So that's what I wanted to do.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. So you do everything together. Everything together. That's a beautiful thing. Okay. Well,
Yes.
was makeup a dream or a hobby? Is this something you saw yourself doing? Like, oh God, just when I grow up, I'm gonna do makeup all over the world for just numerous of celebrities, or was this just like a hobby, like you started in the mirror?
Well,
Like,
believe it or not, I hated makeup as a kid.
Whoa.
I mean, my sister would wear makeup,
Mm-hmm.
and she would be going out, and I would be the little kid antagonizing her. I mean, she's only 2 years older than me, but
Right.
when she would get ready to go out, I'd be the person behind her going, "You look ridiculous with that." I mean, I would just be marking her the whole time. You know, take all that crap off your face,
Right.
You know, and she would just constantly be getting ready,
Right.
while I was walking behind.
Right.
And I would be constantly until she walked out the door.
Wow.
Ridiculous. I mean, and I know she was like, "Why are you bothering me?" But that would be me.
Wow.
And finally, when I got to college,
Mhm.
I said, well, let me try to wear a little something.
Right.
And I started wearing like lipstick and eyeliner.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I worked as a pharmacist assistant.
Oh, okay.
And I had a young lady. She said, "You know what? I want you to work with us in this makeup line." And I looked at her. I was like, I don't do the makeup thing. Just no. And she was like, "It's just a way to make extra money."
Okay.
So, and then she was one of those people, she didn't take no for an answer. Just a pushy little lady.
Yeah,
She was
yeah.
a pushy little old lady. So I told her, I said, okay, I will. And came in, and she brought me into this company called Chambray. They were out of California. And I went around with her, and the people who taught, that would come in and teach us was with Knox Landing, the makeup artist. And he would do everything so fast.
Wow.
You know, I say, and then he would do half a face. Well, you know, full face makeup, the other face with other half with nothing. Of course, there's a big difference.
Right.
And he would do things like, you see the difference? Yeah, you see the difference. This side I got makeup, that side I have no makeup.
Right.
So I, you know, finally I just decided to just kind of learn it a little bit, and I got a lot of product knowledge from working with it. So when I was in college, I think I did someone's makeup, and they liked it.
Right.
And the feeling from that was overwhelming for me.
Wow.
When this woman liked something that I did.
Right.
And I said, oh my gosh, I think I might enjoy this. And then finally I had a vision of myself as a makeup artist, and I was doing celebrities.
Whoa.
So
that's amazing.
That is amazing.
Right.
And when no celebrities here in the 80s, when nobody here.
Right.
Who am I going to do?
Right.
So at this point, I saw myself doing celebrities, and I told my husband, I said, I'm going to have to quit my job and go to school.
Wow.
And he looked at me, he was like, okay. He was always like that. Okay,
wow.
I bet he thought I had lost it, though. But he was like, okay.
Very supportive. That's amazing.
And what was funny, I dropped out of college. I mean, I left college. Got into this whole makeup thing. I guess they let me, you know, kind of pursue this.
Right.
And what was funny is that when I left my job and decided to go to school full time for, you know, with the cosmetology school, I ended up going through the aesthetics program.
Right.
And I remember leaving my job, and my boss followed me to my car.
Wow.
And he said, "You'll never make it."
Wow.
He's like, "You dropped out of college your junior year," all this sort of stuff. And
right.
he was so caught up in all that. And I'm telling you, I threw my hands in the air. I had so much peace when I was walking out. I looked at him, I was like, "See ya."
So in your junior year,
you
left college in your junior year, that was like, oh my goodness, like
deal,
a great deal. This is my final question. Have you ever used your platform as a tool to witness to people? Have you won people to Christ? What was one of those experiences? Do you have an experience, a story to tell? Like, okay, both of us was crying in the makeup, and I was doing the makeup, and and the Holy Spirit fell. Or you kind of like keep it professional, or just you know.
Wow, you know, one of my blessings in makeup, and when I started, well, like I said, to see a woman like something you've done, that gives you the feeling inside is nothing like it.
Right.
But I think one thing I got a chance to do was work with Dr. Juanita Bynum.
Oh, okay.
And that was a beautiful experience for me because she wore no makeup when I met her.
Right. I remember those days.
Done no more sheets, and she was not doing any makeup.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I remember working with her for the first time, and she's such a beautiful woman to me. Just the features and just gorgeous, beautiful skin, incredible smile. And so when I got to work with her, I was looking at her and I was going, you know, she was like, "Laughter can't wear this," you know, this. And I had laid her out. I'm telling you, she looked so beautiful. And I got her to put my lipstick on. And she was saying, "I have to wear brown lipstick." I didn't understand Church of God in Christ.
Right.
And all this kind of stuff. Because you know, I grew up non-denominational.
Right.
First I came up Baptist. Then once I came into the Lord, I was non-denominational.
Right.
When they were saying all this other stuff, I was like, "Okay, show it to me in the Bible."
Okay.
It ain't in there.
No, it's
Come on,
not.
ain't in there. So she was like, "Well, you know, a minister, blah, blah." I said, "Okay, show it to me."
Wow.
I need to say, where in the Bible is it that you can't wear a color lipstick?
Oh, wow, that's beautiful.
They ain't find it. It has nothing to do with anything.
Right.
So finally, you know, I let her get away with that first time. So we gradually worked into things, and I worked with her a little more.
Right.
And I remember her saying, "I'm going to take you everywhere with me."
Oh, wow.
And I looked at her and said, "Okay, right." You know, what was funny, because of me at this time, I'm working with like a lot of celebrities.
Right.
And so, you know, I was Tony Braxton's makeup artist for many years.
Right.
TLC and Faith Evans, and I'm working with all these different artists. So when she said, "I'm going to take you with me," and I was looking at her going, "Okay." And she did. Took me everywhere with her. And what was awesome is that, you know, I said, one day I came to work and I said, "Let's try this pink lipstick." And she was looking at me like, "Really?" I started just trying all these different colors on her.
Right.
And we tried this pink on her. And from there, it just took off.
Wow.
And people want, because I know as a dark woman, she's West Indian. And I think, darker complexions don't think that they can wear pink.
Right.
Or, bolder colors and things like that. And she looked so beautiful in it.
What an amazing story, Miss Gwen. I'm telling you guys, you want to enroll in that school if you feel like you want to take your makeup to the next level. I'm telling you, she has all types of classes. So enroll. I'm telling you, enroll as soon as possible. Okay. Whew. So now I have an amazing woman of God. I'm telling you, Assistant Pastor Michelle DeJesus, she's going to tell you her story. She's an awesome, dynamic woman of God, and I'm just so blessed to know her. I want you to sit back and I want you to listen at her story, and you'll understand that God can bring you through anything. God bless you. Well, I'm glad you're here to tell your story today, because a lot of people don't know your story. They see you on our church cards and flyers and like, oh, that's a diverse church, but they don't really know that you have a story and you really paid the price to be here. So what was the moment when you first found God? What led you to God? What led you to God?
Oh my gosh. Well, what led me to God was I was totally broken.
Yeah.
About 8 years ago. And I remember I was in a place of my crossroads. Everybody gets to that point to a crossroads.
Right, absolutely.
And my crossroads really was, I was going through a divorce at the time. We were in divorce court. And I just was so broken. I felt like I was broken beyond repair. And I wanted to commit suicide. And I remember it was a Saturday morning, and I just told God I couldn't take it anymore, and I just wanted to commit suicide. And I said, you need to bring somebody to me today. And I came home from grocery shopping with my 2 little girls at the time.
Right.
And lo and behold, you drive up to the driveway, and you were passing out your flyer to your ministry. And I almost let you go back in the car, actually, which is crazy.
And I almost didn't stop.
Yeah. Which is truly crazy. That's it always reminds me of how you can miss your moment.
Right, absolutely.
You think that God is going to send something one way and it comes another way.
Right.
And I just remember when you were walking away, I just heard this small voice saying, "Isn't this what you prayed for?" And I stopped you. We just started to have a conversation, and you prayed for me. And anybody who's from Florida knows. Right. Well, Atlanta, so there's no wind. It's dry. In the summer, in the August. And you prayed for me, and the winds began to move, and I just felt the presence of God, and I knew then that I just couldn't go back. And ever since then, I've just been moving forward in the things of God. And it hasn't been easy, but I'm not a divorce court anymore. I'm happily married now, so praise God for that.
Amen.
But yeah, I'm super excited. I just love God, and I love my life.
Wow. So you really had gone through so many things to get you to that point. I mean, even in your young adult life, you had some mishaps and some things that happened. You want to tell us a few things about that before you really got into God? Like before that, like what was some of your struggles? Like, man, like, but I'm here now. I went through that, and God brought me. I got married, and I thought it would be okay from there, and then I'm here now. You know what I'm saying? Like before then, like what as a teenager.
Well, as a teenager, I actually, I was looking for love in all the wrong places. I think like any young lady, when you're trying to find yourself and you're not really sure who you are, and I was looking for love in all the wrong places, and I also fell into, I met a boy, and at that time, he introduced me into drugs. And so I actually was addicted to heroin for a year. I was about 17 to 18 years old. And that for me was crazy. I never
But God always, from my understanding, God always will pull you out of it. Like any little thing that you would try to catch yourself up in, it's like God just had his hands on you, just like snatching you.
It's amazing.
Like every time I hear you talk about it, it's like I'm just looking at like, oh my God is always snatching you.
And God always snatched me out of situations, or someone always told me, what are you doing?
But it was God though. It was God.
It was totally God. I was arrested right before actually I was arrested. I was arrested, and the police officer literally told me, what are you doing here?
And you're 18 then, and now you have no record. Like God just, God is amazing.
Super amazing.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So I'm telling you, okay, so now you have this thing, Dare to Live, and it is like, you're so on fire with this thing. And I've seen women literally, there was the last Dare to Live, a fellowship that we had, I'm telling you, there was not a dry eye in the building. Yeah. How did you get Dare to Live? Like, what happened?
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, Dare to Live actually was produced through a painful time in my life.
Right.
And I was going through transition, and we were going through a transition with our oldest child. And I remember just going through a depression. And most people think that when you give your life to God, everything's peaches and creams, and that's not it at all. It's not at all. Life happens.
Yes,
Life happens. And depression tried to creep up into my life. And I remember just crying, and I'm like, what in the world? Why am I feeling like this? And God told me, Dare to Live. And immediately He gave me John 10:10. And you know, in John 10:10 it says that Jesus died so that we may have life and live it more abundantly.
Right, absolutely.
And Dare to Live is just showing people and equipping people that there is a better way to life.
Okay, I want you to look at that screen, and I want you to be somebody's driveway today. I want you to lead them to that win that you felt on that porch that day. And I remember so vividly and so clearly, be somebody's driveway.
I just want to tell you that no matter what it is you're going through, no matter what you're facing, no matter what you're feeling, you might be at a crossroads right now in your life. Matter of fact, you might feel a suicidal state and you don't know what to do. I'm telling you, all you have to do is say yes to God.
Lord.
Surrender. Just say, God, please come into my life. God, send help. Let me tell you, God is sending relief right now, into your home. God is going to send some people even to help you in your situation. God can and will restore you. The Bible declares that He has called you and knows you, who you are, before He placed you in your mother's womb. Before the foundation of the earth, you are of a royal priesthood. Understand that you are special. You are somebody. Amen. And God is totally going to take your broken pieces and make you into His masterpiece. So don't lose hope. Don't give up. Keep pressing. Keep believing. Keep having hope. Dare to live. Understand that Jesus died so that you may have life and live it in more abundance. Amen. Know that you are worth living abundance. God has a life so designed for you that will blow your mind. He will wow you like never before. Amen.
He's gonna wow you. I'm telling you, I don't care what it looks like. I don't care what it feels like. Understand that God has His hands on the thermostat. Whoa, what a show. I'm telling you, this show is really bringing life to the city. To all of you that have amazing talents, or you have a story and you're like, Pastor Landa, I want to be a featured guest or a featured artist. Please mail in your information, email us, call us, let us know what's up with you. We want to know. God bless you. Until next time, life in the city. Yeah. God bless you guys.
You know how we do it, check it, freestyle. Hey yo, J-E-S-U-S, yes he is the best. Sitting on a high throne, he paid it, it's finished. Homie, I'm calling you.